1, 2. We are live. Welcome, welcome. Thursday, the 8th of January, 2026. It's 26 people. Live at 5 with Ken Dizzle, the Black Cyclist. We are getting fit all the way through 2026. And as you join me weekly, I'll be here live at 5, giving you tips, tricks, information, getting you started on Zwift. Most importantly, I talk pure positivity, encouragement. Whatever your training, fitness goals are, we're going to share it together. So, I've been riding Zwift now for 5 years. This is my 5 years in. And every year, at the start of the year, they kick off with this massive group ride event called Tour de Zwift. And it's a chance to ride, explore some new routes, relive some existing routes on Zwift. We're all getting fit, we're all cycling, sharing the same goals. So as I go around, I will give you a little overview of what we've got going on the screen. So tips on how to get started in Zwift, what this all looks like. Feel free to fire any questions in the chat, whether you're live. Hello, we're live on Twitch. We're also live on YouTube. I'll answer those questions in stream, or it might make a later video or my next live stream. So, Tour de Zwift, spread over a few weeks. We get to try lots of different routes on Zwift. At the moment, there are 705 riders on this stage 1 Group B. So we're riding for around about 36 kilometers today with about 550 or so meters of elevation. Welcome to Merivek. Thank you for joining. Oh, thank you. What? Just trying to share some positive vibes, really. Thank you for joining. We are riding the route called Chasing the Sun. We have a chance to get some power-ups every time we go through one of the Zwift gates. And I like to play that game called Guess the Power-Up. I'll explain those power-ups to you as we get through. But essentially the power-ups, think of it like a bit of a game like Mario Kart, but on the bike. Now these different power-ups and things that we get will make your riding that little bit easier. Or it gives you a bit of a break or a chance to earn some bonus points. So here we go, we're going to get the first power up coming through this one. I'm going to guess the feather power up. Yes, bonus points. So you got a chance of feather, draft, aero and the XP, and each power up will last anything ranging from 15 seconds to 30 seconds. And as we get each one, I'll show you what they all do. The feather one makes you lighter. So when we come to a hill, that's the perfect time to fire that off. That will save you a bit of energy by making you 10% lighter for around about 20 seconds or so. Whew. So I've got my automatic fans have kicked in. Computer, start workout. Computer, start workout. So I've got some automatic smart home features. So as I'm cycling, my fans will turn on automatically, keeping me cool. So thank you for the chat. Unfortunately, they don't have the banana peel. No, with no banana peels. I've often said it'd be really good if you could have those sorts of attack type power-ups. But that you do get in racing, you get one called a burrito. When you fire that one off, it means that anyone who is within your immediate proximity, any of their draft effects are disabled. So it's a good way to slow people down around you, or a bit like road rash, where you can punch people off the bikes. That'd be cool on a competitive sense purely. Okay, Google, turn off big fan. Gonna turn that fan off for a bit. Get settled in. Right, so we are here. I feel like I've got loads of energy. I hope you all had a really good Christmas and holiday period. You're enjoying what 2026 has to offer. Here in the UK, we're about to hit our cold period. So there are snowstorms coming on the way. Hope you all stay safe. But what that means for us cyclists, that we don't have to worry about the cold, the ice, the dangers of just being out cycling, or worrying about having to put our cycling on hold while the weather gets good. Indoor cycling with a bike such as this, attached to a turbo trainer, connect the Zwift app. Other apps are available, but I'm talking about Zwift, so we're all about Zwift. And yeah, you get perfect conditions, 24/7 riding, ride on your own, ride in a group as we are now, do a race, do some exploring, do a workout. Hey, anything's possible. Right, let's check out the chat. Merivek, that's funny, I only started Zwifting about a week or so ago. Had no idea there were power-ups that could interfere with others. Yeah, so there's certain power-ups that are only activated in certain situations. So there are a few more power-ups you get, but only when you're racing. So there's the burrito. There's also an anvil. So you can drop an anvil, and there's also a steamroller. So the steamroller will level out whatever benefit you're getting on the terrain. So if you're riding on, say, a gravel surface or a cobbled surface, when you have the steamroller power up, activate that and it will flatten out the effect that you get when it calculates your rolling resistance speed. So power up should all be used strategically, a bit like I'm about to demonstrate now. You can see there's a hill coming. So the perfect time for me to fire off my feather power up. I'm just going to use my companion app. Hopefully. I know I can't. I'm not connected. Right, so fire off the feather. That's going to make me a bit lighter. You can see counting down the time that I've got. Whew. So how are you finding Zwift? I joined 5 years ago, and I've been hooked ever since. It's just a small hill, only 5%. So on my smart turbo trainer direct drive, as the gradient changes, it will also adjust the resistance on my turbo trainer, so the ride does feel like you are legit riding whatever the percentage says. Ooh. 4%, nothing too taxing, nice and manageable. So I think, as I climb this hill, I'll tell you a little bit about what's happening on the screen. So if you look just above me, where you can see my position, 672, about to be 673, as I'm overtaken. But just above there, you can see a map. Now that's showing my relative position on the route. So you can see you've got like a aerial satellite view, but just below that you've also got like a linear map, just where it says chasing the sun. So that's the name of the route we're currently riding. You can see it's just one lap of one, and there's the total remaining distance on there, 30.9 kilometers. So back to the start of that chasing the sun, you can see where you can see the orange arrow, or the orange circle with the white arrow. That's me. So I can see that there's another little climb coming up. I'm about to get a power up though, as I go through this arch. And I can see the significant climb is more or less as we get about 3/4 of the way in. So I'm going to be hoping I can get a feather power up somewhere near there. Or I'm thinking ahead about conserving my energy ready for that particular ride. But at the moment, I'm just going to settle in. It's my first ride of the week. I like to do zone 2 nice and steady. So I'll be zone 2, zone 3. My heart rate on it seems to have stopped. Just going to do a backup one. Only 10 minutes short. Maybe the heart rate kicks back in again. So yeah, so I'm just gonna take it easy, settle in. Let's have a look at some more what's going on this screen. So the top left, just over to the side, you can see my power kicking out. So that's taking the power from the pedals or from your turbo trainer, whichever one you have connected. You can see I'm doing about 100 watts, nice and easy. RPM is my pedals going round. You can see my total calories burnt, 80 calories so far, and my watts per kilogram, currently about 1.7 watts per kilogram. And just above that would be where my heart rate monitor was registering, but I think the battery needs changing. Normally I'd be really stressed out when I'm not collecting that data, but I have the Mi Smart Band on, so I'm collecting data here anyway, so I'm not too fussed. I'm going to focus really on cycling and not worry about the distractions. But I'm all about data. I do love data. So I've got the Aero Boost power up, and for some reason I seem to have accidentally activated it. But there you go. Bit of a climb coming up. We are in one of the fictional worlds on Zwift called Makuri Islands in Neokyo. It's another one of those perfect cities made just for cyclists. Plenty of open roads, all different gradients, some hills, some flats, some in the country, others in a city, just like this one here. We get to ride up into the rooftops, into the Neokyo skyline. And there's loads to take in. I mean, if you're here for the first time, or you've not seen this route before, take some time to look around, check out the scenery. Look at all the interesting little bits that the engineers, the architects have put in. Look, there's an arcade just in front. There's even a Zwift arcade. There's someone on a Tron bike, it's just to my left. On the rooftops, plenty of dogs, cats, workers doing Tai Chi. I mean, it really is the perfect environment. And it kind of distracts you from the hard work that you're doing. So, should we talk some more about the screen? You can see my parametrics on the left. I'm going to move across to the middle of the screen. And that's kind of like the information you see on your bike computer, your dashboard or your cockpit. So you can see my current speed, 16, 17 kilometers per hour. Speeding up now to climb that hill. Whew. And then you can see my distance travelled, 5.8 kilometers. 58 is my elevation. It's a total of meters climbed during this ride. There's just over 500 more to go. So quite a bit of climbing to do. What's spread across another 30 or so kilometers. The 14:26 is the elapsed time. And the little blue bar with those numbers, that's all my Zwift drops. Pop, yo. Been riding for 5 years, I've accumulated a lot of credits. You can use those credits to buy yourself upgrades, different bikes and wheels. Virtual currency. You get rewarded the more you ride, the more effort you put in. Right, bit of a breather now. You can see the gradient, top right, on the map. We've dropped to -2. Okay, maybe just briefly Up to 5%. Let's go. Got the vibes in my ear. The fan has kicked in. Oh yeah. Kick, come on. We got the vibes. Moving, grooving. Oh yeah. Need a nice solid soundtrack. A towel. Some hydration. Your bike. Maybe some snacks. And just a drive. So want to do better today than yesterday. Smashing it through 2026. Let yourself go. Doing it like this. Doing it like that. We ain't got no time to slack. Get up off your back. Hit that cycle track. Oh, I love it. Woo. No, I probably wouldn't be this animated if I was outside cycling right now in the wet cold. But the Zwift world, it's beautiful. Right, almost finished this bit of climbing. A little bit more. The orange section. Check out these views. And of course, every hill you climb is a hill to descend down. We don't decline hills. We embrace the hills. Hills are where you go to get stronger, fitter and faster. Right, I need to tell you a little bit more. There's a few more things on the screen to tell you about. We're going to go to the far right. You can see here you've got the little chart showing you all the riders currently in my proximity. The blue banner, that's me, Kent the Black Cyclist. You can see my little flag telling you which country I represent. Repping the UK, yo. You can also see the power I'm putting out. And then I've travelled about 6.9 kilometres. As other cyclists overtake me, you will see their relative position and an indicator as to how far or how close they are to you. We've got another chance of guess the power up before we hit the downhill. I'm going to go for giraffe. Let's go for giraffe. We've not had a draft yet. Another message in the YouTube chat from Merrick. You made me enthusiastic to hop on Zwift for myself. So I'm logging off now. Subscribe though. Good luck for the rest of the race. Ah! Big up to Merrick. This is what it's all about. And this is what drives me even more. Yeah. Encouraging support. And if it's just watching me, makes you want to get on, even if it's tomorrow. That's all good, man. All good. Let us know. Pop something back in the chat after your ride. Let me know what route you rode. What was your distance? Anyone else in chat? Feel free to say hi. Let me know. Are you a Zwifter? Have you thought about it? What do you ride? We're downhill, baby. Downhill, so we get some speed. Check out my wheels. The faster you go, the more power. The brighter the neon lights. On the Tron bike, go. Let's smash it. Right, if I get to 56 kilometers and the slope, the gradient, is greater than -3, we will actually go into a super tuck as long as I'm at the front of a group of riders or there's no other riders around me. It's kind of like bit of active recovery right now. I'm going to try and oh, I've activated the feather by mistake. Try and get my my companion app to work. I think it's this controller. It's just playing up. Oh, we got someone else in the chat. Filming123. Hello from South Africa. Just started cycling. Oh, awesome. Any bike recommendations? So, are you riding indoors or are you riding outdoors? And I guess it's down to the type of riding you want to do, really. Where do you think you typically ride? You're outdoors. Maybe you're indoors. Maybe that's why you're watching me. Thanks for joining anyway, appreciate it. We're doing positivity and encouragement. 2026. I start and continue every year with a big positive energy buzz. Outdoor mostly, gravel and road, need a hybrid. Absolutely, yeah. So if you're a mixture of if you're doing mostly road, but you think you might occasionally do some off-road, a bit of country trails, I'd always probably recommend maybe a gravel bike. At least that way then you can always get road-specific tyres if you want to, or even a separate set of wheels, so you don't need two bikes. But you've got a bike that you can ride in pretty much all situations. As long as you're not doing like jumps, you can also take a gravel bike onto a mountain bike trail, which I sometimes do. So you're in Cape Town and there are lots of hills to climb, eh? Hills are where you get stronger. So yeah, I guess you want something lighter as well, not too heavy. Although, I wouldn't get too caught up on the weight of your bike and your equipment, unless you're like a pro cyclist or you're racing at some sort of semi or pro level. Someone like me, any of those weight savings, I'm not really going to realise. But yeah, so pick a bike you feel comfortable on, and spend within your budget. And if you can spend a bit more, even better. Oh, yes. Feeling really settled in. Let's check out, I can say check out the heart rate. I can't, the heart rate's not working. 149 on the watch. Cycling with a mountain bike, and it's very difficult to climb hills at any good pace. Yeah, see, mountain biking was my main thing, and in fact when I started doing indoor cycling, I did put my mountain bike on this turbo trainer. Obviously indoors, the weight doesn't matter, because once you input your weight details, anything else is calculated by the app, but the effort you do doesn't change, apart from the gradient being adjusted. But yeah, so even if you do have a mountain bike, maybe you might want to think about your gearing. So your gear combination, so your cassette, the big sprockets at the back of your wheel. Basically, the more teeth and the bigger the wheel at the back, no, your cassette. So the bigger the cassette at the back on the back wheel, the easier it's going to be climbing hills. So you'd probably want something like 36, maybe even a 40 or a 42, depending on how big your hills are. It just gives you more to click into. Whereas on a road bike, especially for racing, you want something lower. It's going to be much better, like maybe like 11 at the front, 28 at the back. I mean, you know, 11 the smallest, 28. But keep it simple. As long as you don't have too small a cassette at the back, your hills will be a lot easier to climb. So yeah, gravel bike, even like a mid-range, a mid-price gravel bike, probably gonna be somewhere between 10 and 12 kilograms. So maybe 18 to 22, 25 pounds. Right, we're gonna check out some of the exciting scenery to see in Neokyo. We're heading into a retro 80s arcade. Check out the dance machines and the Zwift bikes and the grab machines. There might even be a whack-a-mole in there somewhere. 23.5 kilometres left to go, cycling with Ken Dizzle, the Black Cyclist. You can find me here Mondays and Thursdays, live at 5. Positivity about cycling, sharing my fitness tips, giving you fitness inspiration, and answering any questions you have around cycling and fitness. It's my journey, it's not gospel. I don't have any magic book. These are the things that I do. Maybe they might work for you. If you didn't know it, I'm also a part-time poet. What? Whew. Oh, it's awful cold. People don't have my keyboard. I should one day come cycle the Champagne's Beat Pass. You know what? I definitely want to do more travel cycling. I've been exploring the UK on my gravel bike, and I do plan to do some overseas cycling. Obviously, France, hit some of the Alpe d'Huez, Fuerteventura, some of those Canary Islands, quite popular for cycling. I've not heard about Cape Town though, so you recommend the Japan's Beat Pass? What is it that makes it so good? Thank you for the advice, by the way. Absolutely, yes. Zone 2. Some people think slow riding or just Zone 2 riding isn't really worth it, but it's kind of like one of my cycling buddies said, think of it as being like you want to build a house. No matter how big or magnificent you want this house to be, it starts with your foundations. So you build your foundations first. That's like your level 1, your Zone 2, your base fitness, and everything else builds on that. So once you've laid down your level 2, your base fitness, then you can think about the next floor. You can also go back to the ground floor. You can start padding it out, maybe put some carpets down, decorate the walls. When you want to sprint, that might be your 2nd and 3rd level. And there's different things you can do in order to build. But you've always got to make sure that you keep your foundation, that base level, nicely built up. So yeah, Zone 2, I do 2 of my days a week are Zone 2 cycling. Get that base endurance in. So, Chapman's Peak, it is a mountain pass alongside the ocean's best. Oh, that sounds beautiful. And that's is that actually in Cape Town or outside? Heart rate's sitting at 150. Does sound awesome. Thank you for sharing. I'm definitely going to look into it. In Cape Town. Awesome. One of my colleagues is from Cape Town. Or near. So we've left the city. We've headed into Neokyo countryside. See some change of scenery. And that's one of the beauties of this online cycling app. The scenery changes, making it engaging, interesting, add some excitement. I mean, right now, I'm not giving the best demonstration of riding efficiently. I'm all on my own. It's a group ride, you should really ride with a group. But I'm not really focusing on anyone else. Even though I'm in a group ride, I'm still doing my ride. So I'm riding at my pace. That's why the bottom little ribbon of colour is so varied rather than being a solid block. I'm just enjoying the ride and the fact that even if my pedals are turning, I'm still getting fitter. So all good, all good. So I kind of feel like I'm getting a bit of a second wind now. I'm looking at the map above. I can see it's relatively flat, just a slight climb as we build towards the 3/4 of the way into the route. Then I do have quite a climb, so I might be out the saddle a bit, drop my pace down. I'm hydrated well, got my towels. Fans are keeping me coolish. Temperature is currently 24 degrees in my wattage cottage. Little check position, relax my shoulders. Am I pedaling efficiently, making nice, smooth, neat circles, all of that stuff. I'm just chill. Chill, chill, chill. So what I should be doing now, bit of cycling tips. Knowing that I feel so good and chill now, how can I best take advantage of that? So knowing that I've got that climb coming up, I'm thinking, try and do everything I can to get some recovery into my legs. Maybe get this heart rate down a bit. It's still at 149. Prepare myself for that last climb. Then if you look towards the end, it's like a nice downhill and then flat all the way to the finish line. Just under 20 kilometers left to go. And I got a little ride on from Jigsaw 750 pilots. I think they ride a Suzuki 750. What do you reckon? So I've burnt, according to Zwift, 254 calories, although my Garmin has me on 314. My Garmin's more accurate. We'll see what the Mi Band says at the end. At the end of this ride, should be finished in around about maybe 1 hour and 10, 1 hour and 15 minutes, or depending on how hard this hill is. But I should have burnt somewhere between 600 and 700 calories, if that is the case. If you think I'll be burning less, pop something in the chat. If you think I'll be burning more, tap the like button. Whatever. Anything to get the algorithm working. You know how it is. So, I'm here usually Mondays and Thursdays, the odd bonus ride on the weekend. And I do pretty much this. Short videos for the week, maybe some bike maintenance, cycling tips, fitness tips, feedback from my workouts or my swimming. But live at 5, Mondays and Thursdays, talking through my bike rides or workouts, taking questions from the chat, and just sharing my love of cycling. Yeah. Getting hot and sweaty at the same time. Okay, so we're coming up to the hill. I'm going to start conserving some energy. It's more or less effort all the way now for about another 6 kilometers maybe. 36 minutes in, 17 kilometers down, 18 to go. Go. Oh, I forgot to say as well, I did actually buy the Zwift Hub and the Zwift Click, so we'll be adding this probably for next week. I've got to do an actual unboxing first, and it took me more timely actually, because sometimes I struggle getting the companion app connected. I won't need to worry about it now, and I can fire off my Powerups, change up and down gear, change camera views without having to worry about my phone being on the same network as the PC. Anyway, it's time to guess a power up. I hope it's a feather, so I'm guessing feather. Place your guesses. Oh, it's draft. I'll take it anyway. Well, I'm going to try and get into a more efficient position and then hunker down and just battle out this hill. So I might be less chatty for the next 5 minutes, but I'm still here, just suffering silently. I mean, hills are where you make all your gains. So if you don't mind hills, if it's anything like the Chapman's Pass, can't remember that, Chapman's Pass. Add that to my cycling bucket list. Bit of a breather coming up. That's the easiest part of this hill. Gets harder. Little burst of energy. Don't know where that's come from. Maybe it's a downhill. Don't know where I'm going to use that draft. There's no real point at the moment. There's no one to draft against. Hence I'm onto the feather. Or a little downhill. Now it's a climb. Going to get a bit steeper. 6%. Kilometers left. Energy levels. I think I feel good at the moment. We're just over halfway through of this Chasing the Sun Neokyo route Tour de Zwift 2026. This is a route of around about 36 or so kilometers. With I think actually just short of 500 meters of elevation. We start up in the city, do some cycling and climbing up into the rooftops. There's a nice downhill section before you head out into the countryside where we are now. Some mini climbs, bringing you to about this halfway stage, leading up towards the long, steepest climb of this route, which we'll be reaching in probably about another 2 kilometers or so, ending with a downhill section and a flat run all the way to the end. Should take us just over an hour, maybe 1 hour and 10 minutes, burning upwards in the range of about 650 to 700 calories. All good, all gains. Ride review at the end. Let's go. Just the sort of tune I need. Bit of a grinding tune. Got enough of a rock beat to keep me lively. Don't let me fall asleep up a hill, do I? Keep it lively. Enough of a beat to keep the spot sweet. Oh yeah! Look at that water. I could jump in there right now. What is cottage temperature? Slowly climbing. 25 degrees indoors. 2 degrees outdoors. Toasty and dry inside. 2026 in the UK. Storm ahead. Ah, gains inside. Come on. Let's catch these riders. Maybe get a bit of drafting in. Is that Dean Koontz, the author, in front? Heart rate's 160. Bit of a boardwalk. So sometimes you get to these positions, it's nice to turn off the hood and just check out the views, all what's around. Forget that you're cycling, forget your legs are hurting, or you've got stitch. Right, let's check out this new draft. I think they've changed it slightly. You used to get like a little warning saying catch up, catch up. Doesn't seem to be here now, but I know just from feel and position I'm in the right draft position just there. So I'm just going to jump in front so they know that I'm not just jumping on, grabbing a free draft, but I will fall behind afterwards and then use my draft power up, get some draft bonus from them before the hill, or maybe on the hill, which is nearly upon us. I mean, I'm not that bothered to be fair, but it'd be good to show you what the draft is like. So now this is the sort of terrain where if you had a grabber bike, you're going to benefit from having a bike specific set of tyres for the terrain. Although my Tron bike, I like this because it's kind of like a good all-rounder, but I am losing a little bit by not having grabber tyres, being on a grabber bike right now. If I was racing, it would be a concern, but this is just a relaxed, mostly zone 2 ride. And look at this hill we got coming up in front of us. All that red, all that orange. That means hard work. It's also the colours of gains. The darker the berry, the bigger the gains. Let's go. Position 666. It's a devilish position to be in. This ride is hell. Ooh, I need more gears. I'm going to fire off my power up now because I might forget when we get to the top. And if you haven't fired it off, you don't get a new one. 9%. Woo. Feel the burn. One 7.1 heart rate. %. 8%. .166 heart rate. Oh, 0 for a bit. Little bit of -1. Oh. Just a little bit. Broken bridge in front. Last climb. Give me all the energy. Come on, dude, you can make it. Push, push. Little bit of a breather. Oh. %. Come on. 10%. Spin fast, get it over with. Heart rate 164. Ah. Last bit of a climb, it's downhill. That's it. The climb's done. So we're going to get a chance of another power up. Had to go through this next gate. It's going to be a feather, isn't it? For my efforts. Place your guesses. There you go. The Zwift sarcasm. After a long hill climb, rewards you with a feather for the downhill. Thank you, Zwift. Okay, so I'm Ken Dizzle, the Black Cyclist. We are 24 kilometres in of this Chasing the Sun route in Neokyo for Tour de Zwift 2026. 11 kilometers left. We've done 290 meters of elevation. That's pretty much all the climbing for today's ride. We can enjoy a nice downhill, taking some of the scenery, also get some recovery. Probably the perfect time to do a ride summary of this ride. So we've been going for about an hour to do 24 kilometers, including the hill climbs. This last 10k will probably take us around about 10 or 15 minutes. It is going to be downhill nice and fast for the next 5 or so kilometers, and then flat the rest of the way. So a solid hour of workout if you want to pick this ride. Going at around about zone 2 to zone 3. So for me, at my weight, age, fitness, everything else, that does mean doing around about 150 to 170 watts average going round. Obviously, you will push harder on the hills. You can roll the downhills if you want. If you're all about effort, then slog that first 24 kilometers, get all the effort done, then you can roll this. And remember, if you are traveling at greater than 56 kilometers per hour and the gradient is steeper than -3, there's no other riders around you, or you're at the front of a group, you will go into super tuck, so you'll continue to gather speed as you're going downhill. If you are looking to maximise on your effort and you want to have the right equipment, the correct bike for the right terrain going down this route, then you'd probably want to pick yourself a gravel bike, or change when you get to the gravel section. Mountain bike, probably not the best choice because you do start off in the city, so you won't get as much benefit from the rolling resistance because you've got the knobbly tyres. And as you can see now, look, we're back on tarmac again, so the gravel benefit has been neutralised. Road bikes, tron bike, anything with a flat tread is going to be your best choice of bike for the rest of this route here. As we head back into the city, 9 kilometers left. It's been a great ride. So yeah, we'll probably wrap this ride up around about 1 hour 15, I reckon. Do a bit of a cool down. I've done this route before, so there's no new badge for me to be collecting. But if you've not done the route before, you'll pick up extra bonus XP for completing the route. And all of those XP points, along with drops, are what you need in order to progress through the game. Whether that's be upgrading onto better bikes, getting new kit unlocks, unlocking bikes, and the ability to be able to buy new bikes with your virtual Zwift credits. The Tron bike, which I'm on now, you can only get that by cycling a total of 50,000 meters of elevation. So one of the first things you want to do when you're riding Zwift is go to the challenges on the homepage and select the 50 kilometer, the Tron Concept Bike Challenge. So every time you ride, no matter whether it's a race, a workout, group ride, anything that has elevation will go onto your accumulator to unlock the Tron, but you won't accumulate unless you've got that challenge selected. 8 kilometers down, nicely downhill, so we do a bit of a sprint. Yeah, baby! See, we're super tucking just for a bit. It's -4. Speed's dropped below 56, can you see? You always feel so much better once you've finished the bulk of the ride and you're heading towards the end. Heart rate 145, so slowly dropping. Loving the fact that I've got 2 fans keeping me cool. Woo. So yeah, so One of the first things you want to get if you are Zwifting is a decent fan. Just going to fire off this feather power up. And then get myself another one. Yes, the power up. What do you reckon? Feather again. For extra Zwift sarcasm. I reckon, I don't know, I mean, XP would be nice, but I think I'm going to go for Aero. Give us an Aero. Chocolate Aero. Yes, Aero. Okay, so I think I'm about 80% correct on my guesses. Maybe 4 out of 5 correct guesses this week. What did you do? Did you guess them all right? Let me know in the comments. While you're there, if you've already subscribed, thank you. Really do appreciate it. It's been an awesome 5 years. Getting to all the followers that I've got, both on Twitch and YouTube. I'd still like to grow, get my content out to more people, and that's only possible by people subscribing, sharing, liking, commenting, and of course watching my videos. So a genuine thank you to everyone who's joining my journey. I think I give to you by creating these videos. You make my cycling a lot easier. There's no way I'd be this like happy and vibing, maybe even quitting, if it wasn't for the fact that there's always someone potentially watching. So yeah, so thank you for letting me share my cycling journey, make my bike ride a lot easier. And as one of our earlier viewers was saying, I've given them some inspiration. They're probably on Zwift right now. Probably going to get a ride on from our visitor from Cape Town. Got some nice recommendations for epic bike rides on my cycling list. Cape Town. That's it. So how have you found it so far? Filming 1, 2, 3. Has my energy kept up? Ooh. 5.5 kilometres left. My Powerups flashing, never used to flash. Maybe the flash is a reminder to use it. Energy's starting to flag. Might need this power up already. There it is. Let's get it out of the way. Aero boost. Making me aero for about 10 or 15 seconds, I think that is. Maybe 10 seconds. Perfect for when you're in a sprint. My weekly goal has been met. 30 kilometers. Pop, pop, y'all. Back the way we came. Enter the tunnel. Back into the beautiful neon city of Neokyo. These last 5 kilometers. Heart rate 147. I'm kind of in this person's draft. Right, so we do some more summarising. Today's ride has been it's been really good actually. So despite the fact that my heart rate strap, the battery's gone, so I should have changed it before I started. Got the backup heart rate on my Mi band. Only missed the first 10 minutes. Epic ride in a Neokyo for the first day, stage 1, Group B, Tour de Zwift 2026. Chasing the sun. So a chance to visit a wide selection of these perfect worlds in Zwift. Whether you've ridden them before or it's your first time, the Tour de Zwift is a great opportunity to try new routes, new worlds, ride with a group, grab some bonus XP, some special kit unlocks. This particular ride is the medium ride of the 3. So they have a longer ride, which was around about 55 kilometers. This one's around about 36, and there's a shorter ride, which is always under 20 kilometers. I think it's about 15. And they also have a women-only ride, like a female-only ride. So there's something for everyone. If one thing Zwift is, it's inclusive. You don't have to ride in a group. You can always ride solo. You can do a workout, training. You can ride with the robo pacers. There is always something for everyone, 24/7. And as I said at the start of the ride, the conditions are always perfect. It might be cold, icy, snowy, wet, even roasting hot outside. But the Zwift world, it's always perfect. Watopia is the original and main world, always available on Zwift. Other worlds on rotation are replicas of France, London, Yorkshire, Richmond. There's even a couple of Italian routes. And this world here, Neokyo. Oh, and also there's New York, which is kind of like Neokyo, just less neon. And if you're lucky enough to live in a country where Zwift have replicated the routes, such as I am, you can ride around London and the Surrey areas, Surrey Hills, and you can follow more or less identical routes to what's on Zwift. So I've done Box Hill, which is a route on here, quite a few times with my cycling buddy Tim from the Army Cycling. And I've also met up with a few other people that I've met on Zwift who happen to live quite local to me. So there's Matty, who's near to Birmingham. Obviously I'm a Brummie, you can probably tell from my accent if you're in the UK. But yeah, it's just like a perfect world. So friends online, friends all over the world. I'm part of a wider Zwift cycling group called the Twitch Degens. Degenerate bunch of cyclists of all ages, genders, abilities. Most of us with some form of ailments, either some sort of like body injury, deformity, some illness or disability. One of us has even got one leg. Yeah, so cycling really is for everyone. Doesn't matter what country you're in, doesn't matter what age you are, what level of ability. Zwift kind of like levels the field so everyone can take part. And that's why I love it so much. So in 2026, you will find me here Mondays and Thursdays, always. They're my core days. And depending on my work schedule or what I've got going on the weekends, you'll also catch a few bonus rides. I'm always going to talk about what's happening on the Zwift screen, and from week to week I'll have a few set themes. On my next stream I'm going to be unboxing and setting up the Zwift Click. I do have the Zwift cog, but I'm not ready to put that on just yet, but I will be using the Zwift controllers. So I'll be able to do steering, and be able to control, do ride-ons and whatnot from my handlebars. Then they called it a steering wheel then. So if you're interested in the Zwift control and the Zwift cog, be tuned in to my live, my next live. It's probably going to be Monday the 12th, I think it is, the 12th. Whatever date it is next Monday, it's not the 12th, is it? It's the 12th? Monday the 12th. I think it's the 12th, yeah. Next week, Monday, January, the second Monday, whatever that is. And yeah, and loads of talking about whatever I've got up to fitness-wise, my goals. I'm interested in hearing what your goals, your achievements are as well. So if you're cycling for the first time, you've just got yourself a Zwift ride, you're thinking about getting a Zwift ride or Wahoo, you want to know what the best sort of turbo trainer is to get, all of those things, tips for nutrition, tips for working out. Hey, I'm not an expert. I've just had a lifetime worth of training. I don't take any supplements, don't do any PEDs, just all natural. I do me, you do you, no judgment. Just, this is my way. And if you like the sound of some of the things that I do, you might want to take some of them on board. Do an exact copy, tweak it according to you. Just know that what I eat doesn't make you poop. That's a saying from my nan. Obviously I've changed a few words, you can probably guess which ones. Say it in a Jamaican accent as well. Yeah, so basically, you know, just because I do something one way, it doesn't mean that you'll do it exactly the same and have the same results. But it's a start, yeah? Each to their own. Different strokes for different folks. Different movements for improvements. Different movements for improvements. Hey, we make up loads of different rhyming, is it a palindrome? What do you call it when you put two words together? Whatever that is. Put two words together, make some new training things. So my latest one is Gymspiration. Gymspiration, and I think my latest, my hashtag for 2026 is don't quit in 26. So it doesn't matter even if you think you're slacking or you're flagging, there are 365 days in the year, and if you mess up one day, so what? There's 364 more days to choose from. Plenty of time to recover. And also, if you didn't get to where you are in one day, or 1 week, or 8 weeks, or 12 weeks, then how could you possibly reverse it in the same amount of time or less? So think big. I'm gonna keep you on target. I'm not gonna give you BS, give you lies. I've got no programs to sell. I've got no training plan for you to sign up to. I've got no money to make from you unless you use one of my affiliate links. Then you don't pay anything more, you pay less. So yeah, everything I do is free because I'm passionate about fitness, training, cycling, and I want to bring you along with me on my journey. So that's what I'm all about. And nothing to gain but gains. Right, let's fire off this draft. As we come into the last half a kilometre, so whatever you're up to, new cyclist, seasoned cyclist, part-time cyclist, just looking to figure out why your brakes are squeaking, check out some of my videos. I have over 1,000. Yeah, over 1,000 videos. And there's got to be something in there that you like. Whether it's wondering how heavy a bike pump is, how heavy a pedal is, what is intermittent fasting, what is calories in, calories out, how to fit a pedal, what is this Zwift online cycling thing. One of them videos somewhere there or up there will tell you all about it. I'm Ken Dizzle, the Black Cyclist. One last chance of guess the power up. I'm going for feather. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Pop, pop. Okay, no power up. What we got through? Yeah. So 35 kilometers of distance. Stage 1 completed. I've hit my weekly goal. Hey, it's just goals, goals, goals. Like, someone needs to brush off my shoulders. 2026 party shades. Bling, bling. Right, so I'm gonna ride for about another 5 minutes, cooling down. And I'll leave you. And I might see you the weekend, or I'll see you Monday. Thanks for watching.